Ladies and gentlemen, the Mayor of Victoria, Texas, Paul Palashik.
Thank you, OC. Good morning, everyone. Also with us this morning, Charmel Garrett, our City Manager, and Police Chief J.J. Craig. I just want to say that the City of Victoria has taken a very proactive approach regarding this incident. We have, of course, an ongoing internal investigation, and we have asked or invited the Texas Rangers here to conduct an outside investigation as well. And with that, I have every confidence with our City Manager and our Chief of Police and our staff to handle the situation. With that, I'll turn it over to Chief Craig.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. On Thursday, December 11th at 11:20 in the morning, Officer Nathaniel Robinson of the Victoria Police Department conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle driven by Mr. Pete Vasquez for expired inspection certificate. During the stop, there was a discussion between the officer and Mr. Vasquez concerning the issue of expired inspection. During this discussion, both walked back to the rear of the vehicle, and at this time, Officer Robinson attempts to place Mr. Vasquez under arrest. During the officer's attempt to arrest Mr. Vasquez, a struggle ensues, and both the officer and Mr. Vasquez go to the ground. At some point in time, the officer deploys his taser 2 different times on Mr. Vasquez. Also during this time, assisting officers arrive, and Mr. Vasquez is placed in handcuffs and in the back seat of the police vehicle. Mr. Vasquez is then transported to Citizens Medical Center here in Victoria, where he is treated, and while at the hospital, he is subsequently released from custody. I became aware of the incident a short time later and viewed the video footage. I decided at this time to open an internal affairs administrative investigation in an effort to collect all the facts. I also took the opportunity to visit Mr. Vasquez. I did this because, as leader of the department, I wanted to personally acknowledge with him the incident, make sure he was okay, and to ensure and assure him that we were going to do a full investigation into the matter. I've also invited the Texas Rangers to conduct a criminal investigation into the incident, and I certainly welcome their independent review. Officer Robinson has been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. The internal affairs investigation is ongoing, and I want to emphasize to ask for patience while we conduct a full, fair, and thorough investigation. A complete investigation is in both the community and the department's best interest. Because this investigation is ongoing, there are going to be questions I cannot answer at this time. I intend to have additional media briefings once a final decision is made relative to the investigation. Before I open it up to question, let me just say that this has been an unfortunate incident for all involved. It should not reflect on the ongoing day-to-day dedication provided by the men and women of the Victoria Police Department who serve this community each and every day. I'll now open up for a few questions.
Sherry Williams from KHOU, the City Assistant of Houston. So in the video, it looks like the officer really escalates things by grabbing Mr. Vasquez's hand, really unprovoked. What does he have to say for himself about that?
Well, that's an area of focus of the investigation. I don't have all the facts yet.
Rebecca Suarez from Univision Houston. Several organizations, including CARE, they have asked for Officer Robinson to be fired from his job. What do you respond to them?
I would say this is a process. It requires a full and complete fair investigation, and at some point in time we'll look at that investigation in its entirety. And right now I'm ensuring that we have a complete investigation before decision is made regardless.
Can you speak to the loud music that he's playing in his car, which at best seems unprofessional?
That also is an area of focus of the investigation. I just don't have all the facts yet.
And then I'll try another one. Can you tell me, it looks like that he's also cursing at Mr. Vasquez, that he called him a very bad name after he had the taser pointed at him.
That is also an area of focus of our investigation.
How many of the Juan Jose Rodas from Telemundo Houston. How many of these incidents have happened here in Victoria in the past that you may recall?
When you say this incident?
Any other type of incidents where similarities?
I don't believe there has been any similar type of incidents. I will tell you that this year we have had 10 taser incidents throughout the year, and all of them have fallen within policy.
Christine Dobbin from KTRK in Houston. Can you tell us a little bit about Officer Robinson's history with the department? How long has he been an officer? Has he been under investigation for anything like this before?
He's just shy of a 2-year member of our department. He has had no history, no sustained allegations of misconduct.
What is your policy when it comes to tasers? When are you allowed as an officer to use them?
They fall within our use of force policy and within what we call level 3, which means during our continuum of force, our paradigm of force, the officers can basically use force. It's going to be a very long answer, so I'll try to condense it. They're required to only use that amount of force which is necessary to overcome resistance.
Given that explanation that you just gave, on the video, whatever we saw, you clearly see that Mr. Vasquez did not do anything to harm the officer or threaten the officer. Why was the taser used, or the behavior? Why do you think that happened?
And that is an area of our investigation as well.
How long do you expect your internal investigation to go on? Will the Texas Rangers investigation help you making any decisions on your internal investigation?
My investigation, the internal part of it, I expect to be done within the week. I'm told by the Texas Rangers that they anticipate that the criminal investigation will be completed just after Christmas. They are separate. The criminal investigation will have no bearing on my administrative investigation.
Yes.
Chief, I know that you personally apologized to Mr. Vasquez, who's here with us today. Why was it important for you to apologize to him if this investigation is still going on and we still don't know if a violation was indeed took place?
Well, again, I felt it very important as a leader of the organization to meet Mr. Vasquez and acknowledge the incident. So as oftentimes people believe, they become isolated. And then I also wanted to make sure he was okay. And I did see some things. I knew he went to the hospital. And then lastly, to assure him that we were going to conduct a full investigation into the matter.
On Friday, the officer was still on patrol. What was the decision to put him on administrative duty and then finally on leave? The
officer was on patrol because we had additional reports that he had to complete. He's placed on administrative leave after that.
Chief, why did you feel it was necessary to launch a criminal investigation?
In the interest of full transparency.
Also, could you just speak to the timing of this and the sensitive nature given everything else that's happening with alleged and apparent police brutality across the nation?
Well, obviously, clearly, the timing of this incident is very unfortunate given the circumstances you just explained. However, I view this as an isolated incident. And again, it doesn't reflect in any way, shape, or form the good work each and every day the men and women of our organization do to serve this community.
Last question.
Since the officer is being investigated for something of a criminal nature, why is he on paid leave and not on non-paid leave?
The officer is on paid leave right now, administrative leave, because the investigation has not yet been complete. The officer also has due process rights and procedural rights that he's being afforded right now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all very much.